Hey guys, welcome back to another episode of the Music Den. I'm your host, Armando Venditti. Hoping you guys are having a fantastic day and that you're looking after yourselves and one another. Ladies and gentlemen, we are back with a long and winding road looking at our top 20 Beatles tracks, part two. In part one, the gang and I covered tracks 20 through 11, and in part two of A Long and Winding Road, we are going to go through our tracks of 10 to 1. So, I have along with me on this ride yet again the one and only Ken Cheshire. How's it going, Ken?
Going great. Glad to be here.
Yeah, I'm glad that you're here. And in between breaks, the one and only Mr. Jim Bricker. How's it going, Jim?
Fine.
Private joke, ladies and gentlemen. Okay, ladies and gentlemen, as I said, with part two, we're going to go through our Beatles tracks of 10 to 1 on our wonderful list that we have put together. Just a little footnote. I was given 12 hours notice to do this episode. Something like that from
You could have
Jim.
said no.
I know,
It's
but I
totally
never,
within your prerogative to say nah.
I would never turn you down, would I, Jim? I'd never say
Well,
no to you.
you rose to the challenge like a champion that you are
Thank you.
and came up with the list.
We've
So
we've all come up with a hell of a list, ladies and gentlemen. Um, but yes, Jim called me last night and said, would you like to do a Beatles top 20 tracks episode?" And I'm like, "Sure, I can do that." And sat down my computer, wrote down 20 songs within 5 to 10 minutes. Okay, done. Boom. So we're going to bring you this list. We're having fun doing this episode, and we've broken it down into two parts just to make it easier for you guys to watch and get into these tracks, and for us to actually do these episodes
Yeah.
because it's quite
boo.
fun, actually. So Ken is going to kick off the episode with his number 10. Ken.
Number 10, The Night Before. I love this song.
Oh,
I love this song. This is a combination of where they were at the time with the album and soundtrack for Help, but also this has a lot of really good flavors of their earlier albums too. Um, Armando, you have mentioned in our part one of this series that you really do love um, the orchestral side, shall we say, of the Beatles.
Yeah.
I'm kind of more of a rockin' Beatles guy, and this really does it. I think it's very catchy. It's got the harmonies in it. It's got it doesn't particularly have a guitar riff, but it's just like it just has a very solid feel. And with Ringo's drumming, where he's just keeps that ride cymbal going, just keeps the energy up, and yeah, it's just a great rocker for me. I thoroughly enjoy this. I really do love this entire album. It's almost perfect. So,
Okay. All
Night
right.
Before from Help, my number 10.
Perfect. Perfect. Okay. Jim.
gonna go from the rockin' side, from Ken's, to the orchestral side with my number 10 choice, which is A Day in the Life. I'm sure some of you out there are saying, sacrilege, sacrilege, you idiot. How can you not have this at number one? Well, I managed a way to do it. Um, we talked about A Day in a Life in the prior episode. I think that was one of Armando's choices. And so this isn't new to our countdown. But, it's, I don't know what more can be said about A Day in the Life. It's just grand, majestic, psychedelic. Every little studio trick you can think of probably is in this song. And, you know, props to Mal Evans for the countdown. I'll leave it at that.
Okay.
Okay,
All right.
good old Mel.
Okay. All right. My number 10 is the Abbey Road medley, all in one piece. Now, side two of Abbey Road. John Lennon has gone on record as saying that the Abbey Road medley is shit. I strongly disagree. I do believe that the Abbey Road medley does begin just after Because with You Never Give Me Your Money. I think that this was the medley section was, I do believe, Paul McCartney's idea of streaming all these songs together. I think it works wonderfully. I think the cuts, the cuts that go into Polythene Pam, and she came in through the bathroom window, and then Golden Slumbers and Carry That Weight, and the end. I think it is fantastic. I think it's emotional, it's rocking, it's contemplative, it's all of the above, and a bag of chips. You can decide what
And
kind
the
of
horse you
chips you
rode
like,
in on.
and the horse you rode in on backwards.
That's a
It's
that's a different kind of chips. Yeah,
exactly. Doritos, Frito Lays, whatever you want, corn chips. I don't care.
horse
It's
chips. Yeah. Mhm.
exactly.
Thank you.
Yeah, but, gambling chips. It don't matter. Um,
That would be
it,
Harry the horse chips, by the way. Just
exactly. No, I think it's a fantastic piece. It works beautifully, and I want to go on record as, just to note that the end is the one and only song to feature a drum solo by Ringo Starr, according
Mhm.
to the notes I have. So I think it's wonderful. Uh,
and he had to be cajoled into doing it.
Yeah.
yes, yes. I mean, Paul McCartney could have done it, but I guess they wanted Ringo on the track to do it, and there is even the break that is between the end and Her Majesty. There does feel to be a sense of finality at the end of that song, just the way it ends, and it's wonderfully done, beautifully executed. I think it deserves to be in the top 10. No, not top 5, but top 10. So number 10, Abbey Road medley from Abbey Road.
Excellent. Excellent. My number nine is the
Number
well,
Was
9.
Revolution 9.
That's right.
um, is the first cousin to my number 18, which was Nowhere Man. My number nine is Paperback Writer,
Oh,
um,
Ooh.
which of course paired with Rain was their just knockout double single. Also one of the first actual music videos. Except I think they call them promotional things,
right.
videos back then. Um, oh, this you start off with those a cappella harmonies, and then that guitar riff comes in. It's like, whoa, strap in, here we go.
Yeah.
Um, and it's there again. It's rocking. It's got that fantastic guitar riff. Um, it's just one of the things that um, all the my favorite McCartney tropes. McCartney has a lot of tropes in his, compositional, but this is it for me. This is, it's like I'm gonna take a weird topic and I'm gonna make a rocker out of it. So there we go. Yeah, this is a must on any playlist for me. Number
Oh,
nine,
yeah.
Paperback Writer.
Yeah, it just comes out of the gate in your face, and you go for a ride on that song. It's just wonderful. It's great.
Yeah,
Okay, Jim, you number 9.
My number 9. So Ken touched on the fact that the Beatles' career is strewn with amazing singles. Paperback Writer on one side, Rain on the other. But I'm going with the first part of the was probably the killer single that the Beatles ever produced, and this is "Strawberry Fields Forever," um, recorded during the Sergeant Pepper sessions, but put out due to the marketing and commercial demands of EMI and Capitol, and who knows who else, because they were hungry for Beatles product. And so they took a couple of the tracks that they had been working on and completed up to that point and put it out on a single. And you know, the intranet and the rags are just, rife with stories about how Sergeant Pepper changed, music. But I wonder what effect Strawberry Fields and its partner Penny Lane had on changing music as well, because those are just two
Yeah.
unbelievably strong songs that just undeniably amazing. Um, and again, what the heck else sounded like Strawberry Fields at that time? Not a darn thing.
Well,
So
yeah, it's got to be noted too that the Beatles, among other artists, the record contract they signed, they were obligated to release two albums a year. And I would imagine at the time, I know David Bowie had this issue, a single every 30 days. So you figure that's a lot of pressure to come up with material to release. And it's like, is this good enough? Oh, okay. Are you not burping on the song? No, okay, well then we'll release it. You know what I mean? Like, do you pass gas during the song? No, okay, good, then we'll release it. It's like they just want a product to be released, and it was a lot of pressure for the bands and the Beatles especially to come up with music. So no, that's a good
and
one.
they just didn't come up with music. They came up with freaking masterpieces.
That's exactly it, right? That's exactly it. You figure, how in the hell could someone come up with Strawberry Fields or Paperback Writer? Just like you would think off the top of their head. No, a lot of work went into this stuff to come up with it. It's not easy to compose lyrics or music, when you find it and when you're under a timeline to do so. So, it's a good choice. My number nine is. No, it's not Revolution 9. No. Two of Us from Let It
Hey,
Be, lead off track. Beautiful duet on the verses between John and Paul. The sentiment of going home, meaning to me, they knew that the end was coming. They knew it. Maybe they didn't voice it to one another, but they sensed it coming amongst themselves. And there is such a sense of finality about this song, about what's coming. But there's also a sense of acknowledging and being at peace with it and moving on. And the coming home reference to me is them just sort of realizing that they've come to the end of the road and they're moving on. So beautifully done, great guitar, a, just a wonderful piece of music, and it's a good way to start an album for me. It's a good album opener. Two of Us, Let It Be, my number nine.
Okay. Number 8.
Yes, number
And
eight.
Your Bird Can Sing.
another guitar song.
Another guitar song. That's right. Um, and actually a guitar duet. There was no dubs on this. Uh, yeah, another just really song, rocker song. Um, I'm not sure about, the words or the lyrics are kind of like, okay. Um, but yeah, this is just a foot stomper. I don't see how anyone can stay still while this song is playing.
Yeah.
Also, like on our previous video of this series, it has a grandchild with My Bird Performs by XTC.
Oh my God. Oh my God. Yeah.
So we're talking generations here. So yeah,
Even generalizations of generations.
generalizations. Yeah,
Oh my God. I forgot about them. I love that song too. My Bird
I do
Performs. I
too.
like,
And
oh
by the
my.
way, for you out there that are watching these videos, especially if you watch part one, um, I would challenge you to put down in the comments the common thread that I haven't mentioned of all my 20. See if anyone can figure it out.
I'm glad you didn't issue it to me because if you did, I wouldn't take the challenge. I'm not doing that. So, okay. Okay.
Yeah, but you have to be paying attention. So there you go. I don't even pay attention to me. So anyway, Jim,
Jimmy,
I'm
number eight.
sorry. I thought Ken was doing a number eight.
I just
Remember,
did.
we're not paying attention to
Yeah,
you.
yeah, yeah.
All right. My
Stick
number
around,
eight
folks. It
is
gets blue. Go ahead, Jim.
you're. I'm right. It does.
He's trying to out dad joke me. Yeah.
Yeah, there you go. All right, Dad. All right.
Can't be done. White
Mhm.
Album, track two, Dear Prudence is my number eight. We talked about this in part one. This was part of Armando's list. You're number 20, if my record keeping is correct.
You're right,
Um,
Dad.
wonderful, wonderful song. And, to me, it's pairing, right with back in the USSR. Um, Kind of spells out kind of what's in store for the new listener if they've never experienced the White Album, because you've got these two diametrically opposed songs in terms of tone and mood, but yet they just work so well together. And Dear Prudence is just such this wistful, peaceful song that came out of their India period. Um, yeah, absolutely astounding. The guitar work on it is fantastic. Um, I, you know, a lot of these songs, you're kind of, like, what else can be said? Everything amazing that has could possibly said has already been said. So that's my number eight, Dear
It's,
Prudence.
it's perfect. That's a good one.
Okay.
I think I heard that somewhere before. It's a good track. Yes, part one. All right, my number eight. I've just seen a face. I've said before, I remember pressing like backtrack a little bit, rewind. Some songs or track listings on Beatles albums in the early stages of their career were different between the US or North America and the UK pressing. So I do remember this song being on Rubber Soul, the lead off track on side one, but it is from in the UK, it was released on Help. Uh, Paul McCartney and lead vocals, fantastic guitar work on this piece. Good,
Mhm.
pop oriented song, but it could also be seen as a good skiffle track. There's skiffle influence on this track. And I've said before, Holly Cole, Toronto artist, jazz artist, does a wonderful version of this song on her 1997 album. I did say it was 93 before, but it's 97. The name of the album escapes me. I'll put the graphic up. But she does a wonderful version. Holly Cole has a wonderful voice. But the
Mhm.
original, to me, is still the best. It's fantastic. I've just seen a face from Help, number eight. Ken, you number seven?
Um, just to add one, that's another really great version on the Wings live album too. But anyway, number
Okay.
seven, The Doctor Is In, Dr. Robert. Now another one that's yes, Jim, it's guitar driven. It's and here again, it doesn't have a specific guitar riff, but it definitely um rhythmically, as far as rhythm guitar, it just has this wonderful groove to it. Um, and it fit and where it fits on the album, it's perfect between the songs before it and after it. Um, um, yeah, um, I don't know. It's just a fun song.
Yep. Nope. It's good.
No deep analysis here.
No, no. And sometimes you don't even need a deep analysis. I
No,
feel that I
no.
feel that the bridge was no, 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 no. A good song is a good song. Moving on. I'd say it's what you basically need, right? All right. Jimmy, number seven.
My number seven, if folks are paying attention, they will note that this will be the fourth song in a row that is a John Lennon tune. Um, it just kind of happened. There's a lot of Paul, to come, even some from Mr. Harrison. But yeah, my number seven is Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. First mention in our countdown here. Um, Again, another little masterpiece from Sergeant Pepper. Um, who knows if it was really about LSD or was just the Julian's drawing that he brought home from primary school. Um, but yeah, fantastic. One of the things to note if you haven't caught on with this song is the way the bass line keeps, I'll say, growing as the song progresses. I think in the verses, there's basically one note per bar that's played. When you get to the pre-chorus, there's it kind of doubles up, and then once you get to the actual chorus, it's just full on, four on the floor,
Mm,
and it's
yeah,
there all the way through.
yeah,
It's a little thing, but it's that kind of creativity and bass playing at the time that just made McCartney such a secret weapon, and just absolutely you know way more than just a competent bass player.
yeah, yeah. No, it's a good one. It's a good one. I've always loved that song. Even just, the vocal, like his vocal delivery on it too it's great. It's great. Very pastoral images that come into mind
Very
when
much so.
yeah.
Yeah.
Okay,
For
My
so
those
quick
that are
question.
only,
quick question, go ahead.
Which do we prefer? The original or the Elton John version?
The original.
Ken?
yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Okay. Gotcha. Elton John's isn't bad, but it's just different.
It's different, all right.
You know,
Okay,
what were you gonna say, Ken? I stepped on
Yeah, you
what
went
you're
where I was going.
yeah.
okay,
Okay,
gotcha.
okay. My number seven, ladies and gentlemen, we're sticking with Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band and going with Fixing a Hole. Um, from side one, I do believe it comes after Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds in terms of track listing. Just, the harpsichord intro on this um, is great. You don't know where you're going to go with it when you hear it, but just even the lyrical idea, I'm fixing a hole when the rain, where the rain comes in to stop my mind from wondering will where it will go, that kind of thing. It's whimsical in its delivery, melodic as all get out, but the message is basically leave me the fuck alone. You know what I mean? He's an individual that just does not want to be disturbed. He's this person's built a life for himself, a home for himself, a place for himself where he feels he belongs, and he doesn't want any disturbance from anybody. Even with the lyric, and it really doesn't matter if I'm wrong, I'm right. Where I belong, I'm right where I belong. Basically, he's saying, you believe and do whatever you want to do. I will do whatever the hell it is I want to do, and neither the two shall meet, and fuck off, kind of a thing. I don't want to go the Bob Geldof route here, but that's basically
Too late.
this. Bob Geldof swears a lot. But that's basically what he's saying, and he does it so cleverly. I mean, it's wonderful, and I think it's great. I think it's great.
It's
Uh,
another introvert song. So yeah.
they were able to come up with melodies and intricacies in their arrangements within a matter of 2 to 3 minutes on this album, with the exception again of a day in the life. Masterfully, wonderfully, impeccably, and just on fucking point. So that's my spiel. Number seven, Fixing a Hole from Sergeant Pepper. We must carry on, ladies and gentlemen. Can you
Yes.
number six?
Number six, one of my favorite love songs of all time. She's a Woman.
Ah,
Oh man.
another single, yes.
Yes, another single. It another song where if I'm not mistaken, uh in the chord progression, every single one of the chords is a seventh chord. Again, very unusual for rock.
Okay.
Also, I just love that guitar tone. It's it's not distorted yet it's still very hard sounding. Um, and it's a heck of a lot. If you play guitar, it's a lot of fun to play too. It's got that syncopation in it, and it's just a real strong. I mean, Paul McCartney does a heck of a job, full out with vocals. Um, it is a love song, and it's the kind of love song, you're standing on your roof proclaiming, you know, she's a
With a
woman and
boombox.
hot dog. Yeah. Yeah. Um, yeah, it's just
Okay.
a great another, yes, Jim, guitar rocker.
Okay.
And
All
this is
right.
apparently not the theme.
No, 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 no.
I thought you
All
were
right.
frozen there for a second when you didn't move. I'm like, oh my God, did he freeze?
Nah,
Okay.
He
Okay.
had resting curmudgeon face.
yes.
All right. No, that's a good one. All right. Jim.
Number 6. Hello, Mr. George Harrison. Something from Abbey Road. Talk about your love songs. I'm going to take your She's a Woman and I'm going to mic drop the heck out of it with something. Um, and I say this with all confidence because old Blue Eyes never done recorded She's a Woman, but he did record something. Um, you know, again, what the heck can be said about how beautiful and amazing this song is that hasn't been said a gajillion times. It's amazing that two of the greatest songs on Abbey Road, came from George. Apparently, this was his apex. This was the period where it's like, all right, I'm gonna flame like a supernova in the songwriting department, which is why you end up getting All Things Must Pass in three glorious LPs. You could question the glory on the third LP with, Thanks for the Pepperoni, but there you go. Anyway,
Well,
something,
I'm not even going to question that one. Go ahead.
all right, something, Abbey Road, my number 6. Haters, go hate somewhere else.
Okay. My number six from on the list is from Abbey Road. We're going to the end of side one with I Want You, She's So Heavy. As a kid, listening to this, one of the longest tracks on the album, I'm like, remember back in the time, ladies and gentlemen, when you had to go over and flip the record over to side two? That's where I'm coming from with this track when I was a kid. You know, but it's a fantastic blues track. I mean,
Yeah.
fantastic organ work, great bass work. And then it goes into she's so, and then the heavy guitars come in, the chords come in, and it's just like, whoa, why am I hearing this here?
Yeah.
It blows the mind, right? It's just a really good crafted heavy blues rock track
Yeah.
for me.
Yeah.
Wonderful bass work from McCartney.
Oh,
Great organ work on it. And pardon the pun, heavy as all get out.
Yeah.
So,
It is.
and a good way to end off side one of Abbey Road. So that's my number six. I Want You, She's So Happy from Abbey Road.
Sweet.
who overdubbed the organ on this track?
I want to say Billy Preston, but don't quote me on that because he was hanging around them at this time. Um,
Yeah,
I
I thought he only hung out through the Get Back period,
off,
but
yeah. I That's why I don't want that. That's why I said don't quote me on that. But
okay.
I'm not sure
Some
who did
Beatles
that
freak, tell us down below.
down below.
Please
Yes,
help us
yes.
out.
Okay, Ken, you're number five,
Number four.
four.
Um,
Sorry,
No, number
oh
5.
no,
five.
we're on five. Oh,
Okay,
We're
sorry.
on 5, you
Ken screwed
bastard.
up, and I went for the ride, so it's number five. Okay.
Okay, number five. Here's a Lennon track for you, Jim. I'm a loser. Love this
Ah,
song. You know, again, follows in the pattern of what Paul did in a lot of his songs. Is that it starts off with the chorus a cappella. Well, it does have a guitar strum, but Yeah, Lennon didn't speak highly of this song, but then he didn't speak very highly of a lot of the Beatles songs. And I will forever disagree with him on a lot of songs. But
Hmm.
yeah, and yeah, it's just it's really stripped down um, instrumentally, um, and it just it to me it has, of course, one of the best songs off of Beatles for Sale for sure. Um, for me, Jim has pointed out that it's not that album is probably the weakest of that middle period of Hard Day's Night through Revolver. But man, when it's got a good song, those songs are really good. And for me, this is one of them. So so yeah, um, it just rocks, you know. And the sentiment is, um, you can tell that this is, at least I feel, that this is a Lennon song, specifically because of the lyrics.
Sure.
He's the one that displayed his emotional and mental illnesses in his music. And whether he says this is, autobiographical or not, I don't remember, but still, it's just a powerful song.
Hmm.
Um, and for people that are alienated or feel alienated, um, yeah, I think this is an anthem
Yeah,
for them and me a lot of
definitely.
times in my life. Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely. No, that's a good one. All right, Jim.
It has to be mentioned that this is the very first track mentioned by Ken that was mentioned by someone else. So I'm gonna take back your iconoclast card, sir.
Okay.
But
Okay.
sticking, oddly enough, his number five is from Beatles for Sale. Mine is as well. This is No Reply, um, which I don't think has been mentioned yet before. Um, so this is the track that kicks off the album. Again, another Lennon piece that is, just really strong. When you get into those, I don't know if it's a bridge or a pre-chorus or a very small B section, whatever it is. Um, it's just an amazing piece of writing. Um, um, and again, the sentiment it was so weird to start off a Beatles album without something that was upbeat and peppy.
Yeah.
This happened once before. It's kind of this what just laid back kind of samba groove,
Y-
but with this whole thing of just heartache and loss and um, yeah, no reply. E- easy number five for me. But again, microns. That's
Yeah.
that's my theme through my choices. It's like the differences are so minute in greatness.
Yeah, this is again, you said for Beatles for Sale.
Yes.
Yeah.
Okay. If you look at that cover, they look tired. They
Oh, they're
look
worn out, man.
they look they look run through the ringer big time. They look weathered and not so much, you know, appearance wise, but they're just like take the fucking picture now and I'm going home. That kind of thing. It's like I'm fucking tired. And they do. I mean, and so with songs like No Reply, just I can understand. I can understand
Yep.
that. So yeah. Um, my number five, ladies and gentlemen, we're sticking with Sergeant Pepper, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds. Um, Wonderful, melodic as all get out, very picturesque in its lyrical descriptions. Atmospheric is another word for it. I'm counting three, four time with the bass. You hear the bass line coming through. Dun, 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 dun. So I'm counting three, four time, and then it goes into the the drums that come in, one, two, three, boom, and it goes into the chorus with with the organ and the guitars, and it's just beautiful. John Lennon does a fantastic vocal delivery on it. Again, I don't know if it was inspired by Julian doing his son Julian doing a picture, but
A drawing.
a drawing, as it were. Yes, I just I think it's a great melodic piece of work. Catchy as all get out, memorable. People can read anything they want into song lyrics, or the song, Lucy in the Sky with Diamonds, LSD. I have no bloody clue. You're gonna pick up what you want to pick up in terms of references and lyrics and stuff. Let it go. It's a wonderful song. Case closed. That's my number five.
Cool. Number four.
Number four, mic drop. Yes,
Number
thank you.
four.
I'm going to cut and paste here. My number four is No Reply.
Hey,
So cutting everything Jim said and pasting it here. The only thing I really have to add is incredible vocals on this. Strong vocals for a samba.
Jim.
I'm going to register my surprise with my good compatriots that thus far I'm the only one who's been dropping George Harrison songs from Abbey Road. Maybe I'll be surprised at the end. But my number four is Here Comes the Sun, George's other masterpiece from that kicks off side two of Abbey Road. This is just yeah, whatever. We all know how freaking awesome it is. My words are failing me. So there we go.
I'm gonna do a bit of a cheat here. My number four is a tie with two songs: Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, not
Lamb.
Bland, Band, and the Reprise that is on side two. So sue me, I cheated. I just think that the song itself, it starts off with effects of people coming into a theater and sitting down, and you hear the orchestra tuning up and getting ready, and then the guitars come in with the drums, etc. And Paul McCartney's vocals that come in, it was 20 years ago today. Sgt. Pepper taught the band to play. It's very atmospheric, very atmospheric. And the fact that, side two has the penultimate track, I guess you call it, the reprieve or reprise of it. And it's just rocking out. You know what I mean? Like, and they do the counting: one, two, three, four, and you hit bye, that kind of thing. And that comes in from John Lennon, and the drums come in, and then the guitars come in heavy. Rocking is all effing get out. I just think it's wonderful. I think it's great.
Yeah.
And then it segues into A Day in the Life. So, yeah, that's my number four: Sergeant Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band, and Reprise as my number four.
Excellent.
So Ken, did your rockin' little combo take on the Sergeant Pepper reprise?
No, we didn't do that one.
Oh, okay. All right then.
Okay. Number three is another single, the last single of my list, and that's Day Tripper. Another
Ooh.
another iconic guitar riff, you know. It's I don't know. It's such a happy song. Dadgummit. Um, you
Dadgummit.
know, the
Dadgummit.
I know, quarter in the jar.
It's
But
hee
the
haw. Green Acres. Sorry, go
there you
ahead.
go.
There you-
But yeah, it's just it's to me it really just stands out. I mean, for a band that has so many iconic songs, um, other than my last two picks, for me, this is it. This is a perfect example. You know, if someone says, "Hey, Granddad, what do the Beatles sound like?" I'm going to play them this song. And
Good choice.
Yeah, Day Tripper, number three.
Okay.
Awesome sauce. That was a double A side with We Can Work It Out, right?
I believe so.
Okay.
Okay.
Again, I
All
love
right.
Past Masters, so
Yeah.
Um, all right. Jimmy, number three.
My number three is kind of staying in the same 1965 arena as Day Tripper, but this is a tune that's been mentioned before. This is the astounding I've Just Seen a Face, Paul McCartney's tune, which has this, wonderful, like, finger finger style, finger picking, style of playing on the acoustic guitar before it just gets into this four on the floor strum fest. And it's just an amazingly catchy, upbeat, eminently singable tune that is, just like, hey, granddad, what did the Beatles sound like? You could play them either Day Tripper or I've Just Seen a Face, and you would be spot on and kind of capturing all the magic that sort of went into the Beatles,
Yeah.
in my humble opinion.
Yeah. Yeah. No, I mean, even with I've just seen a face, like even the guitar that comes in, it's not like a guitar solo per se. It's just a repeat of the melody, of the vocal melody, right? But it's just so effective,
yeah.
the way
Oh
they do
yeah.
it. It's wonderful. So yeah, no, it's good. Ladies and gentlemen, my number three, Hey Jude. Fantastic. It's like, you know, written apparently for Julian Lennon, I guess, dealing with his parents' divorce and separation, whatever, from Paul McCartney on vocals. Just a wonderful uh, song that just builds in intensity and emotion as it goes along. Um, I guess the longest version of this is what, 20 minutes? Because it just kept going and going and going, right? So with this, uh, but I'm not sure if this was a standalone single or because again there were more albums released in the North America than there were in the UK. So I'm not sure. There's an album with the cover of them standing outside of a church on the steps.
Hmm.
I believe
Get
it's
Back.
on that.
Yeah. Get Back album. Yeah.
Okay, I believe it's on that album, but it's an amazing single. It's got that sing-along quality to it, that on the ending of it. I think it's just
Yeah.
wonderful. It's just wonderful. That's my number three, Hey Jude.
Okay. Number
And
two.
number two,
Number
Help.
two,
Help.
not now.
Help.
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 Duly noted. Number one. Okay, okay, go ahead. Okay. Um, number two, help. Okay.
Help.
Okay.
What more to say? Yep.
Yeah. Jim, you're number two.
My number two, I am going hard, and I mean hard on the ballad here. And I Love Her. Paul's frickin' masterpiece from A Hard Day's Night.
Ooh.
I frickin' love this song. I think it is one of the most beautiful things ever written. Just that gentle dun 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 dun.
Was that on
Again,
baritone
it's
guitar?
uh I don't know.
Think.
Okay,
It
so
might have just been
I
it
don't
might have
think
just been
so.
the lower notes.
on
Um
the lower notes on the strings. Okay,
But
okay.
yeah, but it's nylon strings. Yeah.
Nylon strings. Okay.
Classical guitar. Nylon strings instead of
My
metal.
apologies. Go ahead.
That's fine.
yeah, I mean this is probably a dark horse, and most people would be thinking, huh, that one? But I you just gotta like it's like marinating in a hot tub of just beauty. I think this song is just, the crown jewel of Paul's early songwriting career. And uh, for those who have not heard, one of my favorite guitar people in the world, Pat Metheny, has done a cover of this on the What's It All About album, I think is where that shipped. And I saw him perform this solo in a small club in San Jose, probably in like '88. I literally wept. It was so beautiful how he was able to kind of just take what's already a beautiful melody and harmony and just wrench it and wring every emotional drop of juice out of it. Oh, I I'm not going to turn to my man card, but I wept. There you go.
You will
Okay.
be fined though, so
All
Well, I
right.
okay.
Okay. All right. My number two is Yesterday. Uh, Original title, notwithstanding scrambled eggs, I just think this is a beautiful track. Very poignant, very simple in its approach, but layered nonetheless. To me, it's a bit of a coming of age song in that is someone just turning a corner in their life in terms of yes, it's about relationship, but it could also be applied to people to an individual, man or woman, just sort of coming to a realization about how things are never going to be the same again on a certain level, and just going from there. Whether they're better for it or whether they're worse off for it, I have no idea. But it's just a beautiful song, beautiful melody, beautiful arrangement, very simple in the vocal delivery. And before you know it, it's done. But you know what? 2 minutes, but you know what? Another verse and a chorus probably would have ruined it.
Yep. Everything he needed to do,
Bam.
it's
And that
there.
is a mic drop. So that's my number two yesterday from Help, actually, depending
It
on
is from Help, actually.
which pressing you've got. So yeah, that's my
Great
number.
choice, Armando.
Why,
yep,
thank
yep,
you.
yep, yep.
Okay, Ken, you're number one. Thank you, Jim.
Number
Number
one.
one. Number
Number
one.
one.
Number one.
Dun, 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 dun.
A Hard Day's Night. Along with She Loves You and a few others. Hard Day's Night uh, is just a ultimate, I mean, when you talk about perfect songs, how could be one more perfecter? Um,
Perfecter.
perfecter. Yeah.
Ladies and
Perfector.
gentlemen,
Um,
a tutorial coming up on grammar is coming up right after this
this
show.
is true. This is true. This
Stay
is
tuned.
one, Jim, that we played in the band,
Ah.
and was incredibly popular. I mean, if people weren't on the dance floor before then, they were
Mhm.
then. So,
So did you kick the song off? Was that your power chord to start it off?
actually, we used both guitars, each playing that chord um, at a different fingering, so it actually had a little bit of a larger sound.
Oh, okay. All right.
Um,
Nice trick.
it's let me put it this way: it sounded more like the record than just one guitar,
Hmm.
Doing the chord, yeah.
So yeah, kind of like what they did at the end of Day in the Life,
Yeah.
Gotcha. Yep.
Okay.
but just with both guitars. Yeah,
Yeah.
but Hard Day's Night,
Yeah.
great
No, it's a
film,
good one.
Fantastic.
great soundtrack.
It's a good one. And with it's when Paul McCartney comes in, and I guess on that pre-chorus when he with the cowbell that comes in too, it slowly comes in. They bring in the
Yeah,
cowbell. We're not talking Fear the Reaper here, but we're talking that's like from Blue Oyster Cult. But when you
and
see,
then
when I'm home, everything seems to be right. It's like,
yeah, and that guitar
oh,
solo, the
it's
guitar solo is um not what a lot of people would think,
yeah,
of a guitar solo. And and it's the kind of guitar solo that you can't count it out.
yeah,
You just have to feel it.
Right.
You
yeah,
have
It
to
yeah.
is all
feel it
feel.
It's
because
done
of
by
the
feel.
because
Yeah,
of the
yeah,
triplets at the end of the phrase.
yeah.
And I didn't do the screaming, at the beginning of that guitar solo. Another member of the band did, so did that scream. So
Wow, I'd have to grab a certain part of
Great.
myself
That's a
to
great
get that
number
high
one.
up. Anyways,
that's one way to scream. Yeah.
no.
Certainly.
Uh, Yeah, Vice is a no. All right. Okay. Okay,
Great
Jim,
choice, Ken.
perfect choice.
Um,
You're number one, Jim.
my number one. I do want to just dogpile on Ken's choice. A Hard Day's Night is my favorite Beatle album writ large, and it is the only Beatle album with 100% of the compositions by Lennon McCartney. Um, so there's that.
Okay.
Do with that what you will. However, my number one does not come from Hard Day's Night. My number one is the Abbey Road medley. So from the beginning piano notes of "You Never Give Me Your Money" all the way to the end of, the string fade out of the end, that is just one perfect piece of music made up of several smaller, imperfect pieces of music. This is definitely probably the poster child of the whole is greater than the sum of its parts because of the masterful way they figured out how to blend, crossfade, cross cut, when to sort of let something fade out and then start with, golden slumbers. Oh, freaking amazing. I mean, the Abbey Road medley is again something I could just listen to forever and never grow tired of. I think it is the
Yeah.
toppermost of the poppermost of the Beatles
Yeah,
to me.
yeah. No, it's got to be said that, you know, that medley overall is just amazing. And even the intro to Golden Slumbers, once there was a way to get back homeward, it's just like
Oh,
you start crying because I mean, I remember listening to that. Again, Mario comes into play here. Listening to that song on cassette when you record it just for a mixtape. And I'm sitting there with my sister, Carmela, and she said they knew it was over. They knew it was over. And I'm like, as a kid, obviously didn't understand what she was referring to, but now I do. They knew it was over. They couldn't get back to where they were. It was done. And it was just like gut-wrenching. It's hard to listen to that even now. I
yeah.
tear up. I tear up when I hear it. And I'm not, I'll give him my man card. I don't give a shit. I tear up when I hear it. But it's a good,
I'll just throw one story in there. The only time I've seen Paul McCartney play this was 1990, and when he started those piano notes for Golden Slumber, and you could like feel the electricity of the Cal Bear Stadium in Berkeley. It's like you know it's just this, like, the entire place, the hair started to stand up on the back of their necks. It was palpable. um,
yeah,
that's the impact of this piece of music on us Beatle folk.
yeah.
So,
It's
Jim, would you say you were tingling?
I was oohing. I was
Okay.
not tingling. Others tingled. I oohed. I'm like, oh. So,
Yep, that's hooing, all right. Okay, all right.
okay.
My number one,
Nice
ladies
try,
and
Ken.
gentlemen. Yeah, I think Jim has lost his tingle. Okay. My number one for Along the Winding Road. Let It Be from Let It Be. Um, just you know, beautiful vocal delivery from Paul McCartney. Uh, Great piano work, just great guitar on the solo. Even the lyric, when I find myself in times of trouble, Mother Mary comes to me, speaking words of wisdom, let it be. It's just beautiful. It's beautiful. Um, is it a perfect song? I'll let you guys out there decide whether or not it is. I'm not going to say yes or no. But see how I sidestepped that one?
Yeah, but it's your number one, and number one in Beatles, man. Yeah, it's got to be pretty freaking perfect. I'm just
Well,
saying.
you know
Just
what?
saying.
You know what? I've learned not to give my opinion on stuff like that right away. So, I just think it's a good song. It's emotional. To me, it means obviously the references to Mother Mary and all that. To
Mm.
me, the references are what it means to me is you've lived your life, you've done what you can do, you've done everything that's expected of you as a person, as a musician with fans or whatever, record companies, whatever. Whatever it's going to be, it's going to be. So let it be. Whatever the result is going to be, you can't change it. So just let it be. So that's what I get when I hear that song. Um,
That's a great song.
yeah. Any comments, Ken? Because I know Jim was quick to jump in with his. So I mean, I'm I'm just it's not a criticism. I'm just saying. No comments. Okay.
So you'll actually answer that question in your will, whether it's a perfect song.
Maybe. Maybe. No, if it, I think it's a
No, I
damn good
know.
song. I think it's a damn good song. I think that it covers emotions in it that that whole album, the Let It Be album, although it wasn't the final album, you knew that it was coming. There's a sense of finality in those songs, especially with the Lennon and McCartney tracks, with Two of Us and The Long and Winding Road. Across the Universe even has uh, a bit of a finality to it. Although Lennon does do a kind of like a dreamy, kind of dreamlike vocal delivery to it, you know.
Yeah.
But the you can't deny that there you knew that by the end the release of Let It Be, when you look back on it, you knew that the end was coming. How could you not? You'd have to be blind and deaf and dumb. You'd have to be Tommy from the from the album The Who, in
Well,
order to
if I recall correctly,
know.
the Beatles had already announced that they were defunct, and Let It Be came out after that, I think.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. After when you listen, like at the point of them recording it, they didn't know it was going to be the last album. But when you look back on it after it came out and you listen to it, in retrospect, you knew that it was coming. You knew that the end was coming. At least that's my point of view. That's what I could see
Okay.
um, with it. But yeah, all right, ladies and gentlemen, we have come to the end of part two of A Long and Winding Road, and it was a long and winding episode.
We did it.
Top 20 Beatles tracks. I want to thank Jim and Ken for coming along with me on this long and winding adventure. And we had fun doing it.
Thanks for responding to the call, Armando.
Yes.
I did my best. I did my best, guys.
Hey, you're a
Um,
champion.
well, thank you very much. I'm very humble in that respect, but thank you very much for that. Ladies and gentlemen, please put down in the comments below, down there, your opinion of our choices and put down your own choices. You know
Please.
what? Maybe there's something we missed. Like we don't know everything.
Maybe.
Maybe, maybe not. Maybe we did. So if there's something we missed, or if we got the entire plot wrong of these songs, please let us know about it. Be polite, okay? But let us know about it. There's a difference there. No rude comments, okay? And again, we are not experts in music, with maybe the exception of Ken. And we want to just bring you episodes and ideas and topics. Yes,
I
he's
don't know where
right
Ken
there.
is relative to me on the screen, so
He's
he's
right
somewhere.
there.
Maybe he's down there.
He's
Okay.
down there. So please
All
let us
right.
know what you think. We just want to bring you topics and ideas that we think that you would like and find informative. That's the bottom line of these episodes. It's to be entertaining, but informative and not overly serious. Okay, not everything has to be, uh, you know, dissected with a fine tooth musical comb, as I would say, and can't say it properly. But again, let us know your opinions and. And we will be back with more episodes. We're working on some ideas, and for those of you who have not checked out our mega series on going for the one on favorite debut albums, what are you waiting for? Check it out. It's a fantastic series, and
Yeah.
Yeah, what he said. And we will be back with more shows as quickly as we can get them to you. All right. So for Jim and Ken, I'm Armando signing off. Look after yourselves and one another. Again, click like and subscribe and hit the notification bell to keep yourselves on top of any new content we got coming up. And we have a lot coming up. So for Frickin' Frack, Jim and Ken, I'm Armando signing off. Have a great day. Bye for now.